Well, it's been 2 seasons in a row where we've narrowly missed out on qualifying for the playoffs. Ironically, it's been 2 seasons in a row that we finished on 76 points, which is even more stranger. But this summer, we're going to have a complete rebuild. We're going to be brutal this summer, and hopefully, we get promoted next year. Hello, welcome to part 17 of Home Park Heroes, and coming up in today's episode, we do have our summer transfer window where we'll take you all the way up to the opening day of the transfer window, all the way through to the end of the transfer window, and then hopefully by the end of today's episode we'll be like 15 points, about 5 games into the season, won all 5. That's the plan. Whether or not goes to plan, I'm not sure what the plan is in terms of signings. I know I'm going to do a lot of transfer business. I'm just not sure how much I'm going to do. But if you didn't see yesterday's episode, it wasn't a great one to watch. I'll be completely honest with you. We started the episode in 5th place. We ended it in 7th, and we all know what happened from there. I had an absolute meltdown. I really did. It wasn't a great feeling, but we're gonna have another attempt at it next season, and hopefully we do get in the playoffs and possibly get promoted. Might have to change the formation, but we'll see about that near the end of the episode and when the transfer window starts. Obviously, the board didn't want us. They wanted us to reach the playoffs. I believe they did that. I presume, yeah, we didn't get that, did we? I presume that was the end of this season. That's not great. I'm hoping we still have a job by the end of today's episode, because if we don't, it's going to be quite a short episode. But let's see what the board want us to do next year. I'm almost determined to get into the playoffs this year. I think all this is pretty much the same. So end of 28-29 season with promotion to the championship. I mean, yeah, then they want us to continue remaining in the championship. So I think we definitely need to have a change of formation, because the 4-3-3 is a decent formation, but we've been using it for 3 years and we still haven't got promoted to the championship. So whether or not we go 2 up front, because we did go 2 up front against Watford, especially for the second half, and it worked quite well. So maybe that's the way to go, all 4-2-3-1, see what players we can get in. I think we'll definitely have to drift away from the 4-3-3, because I think it's run its course. So I think we'll definitely say we can get in the playoffs. Then we'll see what happens from there. We do have quite a few players that are out of contract. Let's confirm the pre-season dates. 26th of June, you can guys come back. So you got a good month and a half. Have a little bit of a rest. Who's Darius Lane? He looks quite good. Still quite young. I don't know how good he is. I don't know who all these players are, but there is a few obviously that are out of contract. Obviously, the most notable one being Michael Baidu, who's slightly concerned. He wants to leave due to being unlikely that his work permit isn't gonna get renewed. Obviously, we will try and tie him down to a newer contract, but he is on 10k a week. If he does go, it wouldn't be bad, because no doubt will free up a lot of wage budget. But we do have a few wanted players, Michael Forbes and Tegan Finn being most notable, and Laurent Tallage. So I'm almost tempted to sell Tegan Finn, because obviously down in the under 18s we do have, if I can find him, we do have Chrissy Wadham, who is 3 stars at 18 years old, a leading League One player, potentially Premier League. So I think he comes in straight into the first team. And probably Tegan Finn probably moves on, because Shayden Morris is a decent backup, and Tegan Finn either goes out permanently or on loan, but that's obviously to be determined. So I think probably what we'll do is we'll come back opening day of the transfer window. I might have transfer listed a few players, but I think that's definitely the case. Try and sell a lot of the rubbish players, and obviously get in some decent League One, potentially Championship players. I think that's what we'll do, and hopefully by the start of the transfer window, we should have at least, I'm hoping to have a couple players in the door. It's currently the opening day of the transfer window. We have started business very early. We have already sold 2 players, and they're not great players, so I'm happy to see the backer side of them. So first, the party is Josh Nerville, he has joined St. Mirren for 245k. We spent quite a lot of money on him. Only played 50 games, so yeah, he just wasn't going to be that great. So might as well sell him. Then Heverton can be first choice or backup, depending on who we signed. Then next to party is Michael Forbes. He has joined Falkirk, so they're both going to be playing in the Scottish Premier League, not with each other, but against each other. So he's joined them for 205k. That's a profit because we signed him on a free transfer, sold him for 205k. So that's not too shabby. We have also had a bid for one of our youngsters, Rocker Lambert, who is out of contract at the end of his season, but Stoke City have decided to put a bid in for 56k for him, which we have obviously accepted because he's going to go regardless. But just seems a bit weird that they're going to sign him for money when in 2 weeks' time they could have him on a free transfer. But we will take a look to see if we are rumoured with any players. I highly doubt it, or whether they'll be any good. That remains to be seen. I'm not seeing anyone as of yet, but we will just keep scrolling down to the bottom just in case we do see someone or something. Which are we seriously not rumoured with? Oh, we are rumoured with players. We've been rumoured with 3 players. First one being Kota Takai, who's a 23-year-old centre back from Tottenham. He does look good. I mean, at 23 years old, he should really realistically be playing week in, week out for Tottenham, but he does look like a decent player. Obviously, we won't buy him, but obviously will be a loan. We are scouting him, and that is very good news. Next up, Johnny Kenny, who's he's just turned 25, so we can technically sign him, but I'm not sure. Obviously, we've got Laurent Tolai, who has actually been called up to the Kosovo squad, so he's playing in the European Championships as we speak. So hopefully he does well. Hopefully Kosovo win the Euros. I highly doubt it. I'm sure England will win that. Then we've also been linked with this guy who's 29, who we won't even mention. Has anyone been rude with a move away from Plymouth? I don't think so. No, there hasn't. So that's basically all we've done. Literally just those two outgoings. Apart from that, there is a few players that are out of contract. Those are Michael Baidu, Brendan Galloway, Jack McKenzie, and Owen Assini, who has spent this year out alone at Partick. So did very well, but just realistically, yeah, he's not good enough. So I think those 4 players will definitely be going. I hate to see Michael Baidu leave, but he's going. He's going, and there's nothing we can do about it. We can't get his work permit to be accepted, and even if we did try, uh, I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, he doesn't want to discuss. We will try right to the very last day of June, but I think he will be going. Apart from that, I don't think there's anyone else listed. Not that I know of. I'm sure there will be a few players that will go. I think I'm tempted to sell Boateng because if we're not going to use a 4-3-3, I think he probably goes, and possibly the likes of Ibrahim. He could potentially go because he's more of a defensive midfielder than a central midfielder. We can get a decent bit of money for him, but I think Ibrahim will wait and see. I think Boateng probably. I think he probably does go. I know he's got decent potential, but he wasn't. He didn't really play a whole great deal of games. He only started 3 games. Rest of them came off the bench. So yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult transfer window in terms of selling players. I think buying players, no problem. Obviously, we do have 5 loan players. They'll all be going back to their parent club. There is one player, Damien Downs. I'd love to sign him, but I just don't think. What was our 7 million optional future fee? I don't think we're gonna get that, and I doubt they're gonna want to loan him out again. Juan Larios would be a decent player if we could bring him back for another year. Again, he's out of contract next year. Jaden Bennell, is he? He's also out of contract next year. That's a slight shame. And then these 2 players, I'm not too bothered about these guys. So hopefully I'm remain optimistic. By the time we get to like the beginning of July, hopefully we should have a few players in by then. If not, this is going to be a tough transfer window. It's currently the 2nd of July. We've done a lot of outgoings at the moment. We haven't brought many players in. I don't think we've actually brought any in. I think we've only brought in one player, and he's not going to be for the first team. I plan on loaning him out, but the season does start. Once again, it starts very early. It starts on 29th of July. We've got 27 days. We haven't signed anyone. I mean, we signed one. This is the business we've done so far. We have sold a few players, or a lot of players. Obviously, we know about Nerville Forbes leaving to go up to Scotland. Rocker Lambert joined Stoke for 56k, so it's a decent bit of business. I don't know if we've got a sell-on fee included in there. I don't think we signed anyone on the back end of last season. We didn't. So moving on to this season's, leaving the club, Malachi Boateng has joined Swindon for, how much did he sign for? 145k, so a slight loss, but then again, I didn't sign him. He wasn't really particularly that great last year, only started 3 games out of the 22 that he did play. Then Tegan Finn, this is one I didn't really want to happen, but he has joined Sunderland under 21s for a fee of 5.75 million. I think it was like 2 million up front, 3 million on installments. So it's not too bad a business. I mean, we did have the option to loan him back for another year. I'm like, no, because we've got a perfect replacement for him. Didn't have to buy him, but we've got a replacement for him already in the squad. Then the one player that has come in is AJ Yegoro, who's a Polish attacking mid, 18 years old. 1.5 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential. Good enterprise national, can potentially be League One. He comes in on I thought he's a free transfer. It turns out we paid 11.5k for him from Kettering, who he, at current time of signing him, it did come up as 5 stars of potential and potentially Premier League. So we are going to be loaning him out. Not sure who to. We haven't had any offers in for him at the moment, so hopefully he goes out on loan. He's only a 1-year contract, so if he goes out on a free at the end of the season, it's not going to be the end of the world. So this is what the squad currently looks like, with 27 days until we play our first League One game of the season. Obviously, we are going straight through to the end of the transfer window in this episode, so it's not looking great at the moment. So goalkeepers, we've got Matt Schmidt. Billy Capich will be going out on loan to either Gloucester or Macclesfield. Then we will have Max Unihig as our backup, who is actually in the squad and does still have decent potential. How did he get on with his loan spell last year at Walsall? 17 clean sheets. I mean, did they... I feel like they must have won. Did they win the league? Did they win? They did win the league. That is absolutely superb, because I think Christy Wadham also had a loan spell there. That is absolutely superb. I'm really proud of him. He got Walsall promoted, and now he's sitting on our bench. He might potentially go, but I think he is going to stay just as a backup. Then we'll play him in the cup games, but more importantly, it's just a far better backup than Billy Capich. And right back, the only right back we've got at the moment is Heverton. He is wanted. I don't have any anticipation of selling him, so we're definitely getting another right back, probably a better one, or one with decent-ish potential. Then obviously only centre backs for now. We've got Josh Feeney and Dane Murray. Obviously we will get in a couple more centre backs. Don't have any left backs, because all our other left backs have gone. Jack McKenzie and James Maxwell both left the club on free transfers, and Larios left the club to go back to Man City. Then centre mids, obviously we've got Bradley Ibrahim, who probably will be staying here for now because he's a decent central midfielder. We've got Michael Craig, who's not really a central midfielder. I mean, he can play there, but it's not his strongest position, so we'll keep him here for now unless we get any offers for him. Then we've also got Ayman Belarus, who does obviously can play central midfield and will stay at the club. Then obviously on the right hand side we do have Shaden Morris, who will be still be with us. He is one to buy later on, but we are going to keep him. Then our first choice right winger, who I believe is far better than Tegan Finn, is Christy Wardham, he's already at 18 years old, 3.5 stars of capability, good championship player, still got potentially Premier League. I mean, if we can somehow keep him for this season, I'll be very pleased with that. He had a loan spell at Warsaw, not too bad. 6 goals, 5 assists, 36 games. I mean, that's not bad for an 18-year-old or 17-year-old he was then, but that is absolutely superb. Then obviously Silvera out on the left-hand side, so we will definitely get in another left. Then obviously our only striker, I do plan on playing a 4-2-4, so Tollage is only our only striker at the moment for a 2-striker system. I think we've got a lot of work to do, but I think it's going to be, I think it's definitely going to be possible. We do have a potential player already coming in, and that is Justin Clark. He is a left winger, potentially coming in on loan from Everton. He does look very, very good. So if we can bring him in, that'd be a decent left-hand side, decent winger options. I mean, he'd be absolutely amazing. I'm not going to go straight into the first game of the season. I think we'll probably give it a couple weeks, so like the 16th, a couple weeks before the first league game of the season. Hopefully, by then, we should have started assembling our League One winning squad. Well, we do have 2 weeks left to go before we do start this season's promotion winning season from League One, and I can tell you that our squad is taking shape quite nicely. We've still got a fair bit of budgets and business to do, but this is what we've done so far within I think the past 2 weeks. I felt like we've done a lot more signings, but we haven't. We have sold a few more players. I don't know if you knew about Tegan Finn. I'm recording this episode's being recorded over the course of 2 days, so I don't know if I mentioned Tegan Finn has joined Sunderland for £5 million. I think I did. I do remember that one happening in the last clip. We have also loaned out youngster AJ Yegoro. He's joined York on loan for the rest of the season. Nicholas Milokapic has joined Barnet on loan for the whole of the season, so hopefully he gets some much needed game time, which he's not going to get here. Then Leo McCormick, another one of our goalkeepers with much better potential, 5 stars of potential. He's gone out on loan to Southend, and a loan spell at Halifax last season, but he didn't actually do too bad. 41 appearances, 11 clean sheets. Did they get promoted? They did. They did get promoted. So both Matt Schoenhig and what's his name? I forgot his name. Leo McCormick both got their respective teams promoted last season. That is very, very good. That's all the outgoings done at the moment. I doubt we're going to sell anyone else because I'm fairly sure we've sold everyone that we want to sell. But we have signed 3 players. Those being Ben Christing. He's a English left back, 24 years old, 2.5 stars of capability, 4 stars of potential. Good League One player, potentially can be a Premier League player, which I highly doubt it. He comes in from Norwich for 950k. Obviously, previously of Norwich and Aston Villa, started off his career at Exeter. Why he decided to join Plymouth, I do not know. Bit of a traitorish move, but I never really saw him play for Exeter, so I think we can allow that. So I think he'll be a very good player. We're not going to be seeing him for quite some time because he's out for 9 weeks. So we might see him in a couple episodes time. He might be playing in the next episode, but we'll see how his recovery goes. Then next up, we've got Justin Abitgru, because obviously we are changing up the formation. He is a Trinidad and Tobago striker, 2.5 stars of current ability, 3.5 stars of potential. Good League One player, potentially can be a leading championship player. He comes in from QPR for 375k. He hasn't played too many games for QPR. He only played 14 games for them last season. I presume he was only a backup. I think he's going to be probably one of our main starting strikers alongside Tollage, depending on who else we sign. But he looks like a decent little player, decent physical stats. I would hope for a little bit more finishing, but he doesn't look a bad player. Then next up, we've got Luke Plange, who's also another striker, 25 years old, 2.5 stars of capability, 3 stars of potential, decent League One player, not really going to improve beyond this league. He comes in on a free transfer previously of Grasshoppers. He's played in quite a lot of teams. Mostly for he actually played most of his career playing with Crystal Palace, albeit loaned out most seasons. He hasn't scored a huge amount of goals. He scored 12 goals last year and 7 assists. I mean, 19 goal contributions in the season. Not too bad. I'm not sure how much game time he's going to get, but he's very much going to be primarily just a backup. But this is how the squad is taking shape. So obviously goalkeepers, we've got Unhig and Schmidt. Obviously Billy Kapic, technically third choice, but is out on loan. Then right back, we've only got Heverton, so we are on this need for another right back. Centre backs, we've just got Josh Sweeney and Dane Murray. We obviously are keeping an eye out for another centre back or two, or definitely another 2 centre backs. We've got one potentially coming in, but work permit issues. Then obviously left backs, we've got Ben Christine and please don't tell me that's it. We've just got Ben Christine, so we definitely need another left back. Because the defensively, it's an absolute mess because we're barely halfway done filling that up. Centre midfielders, obviously, we've still got Ibrahim, Craig, and Belarus, so we definitely need another centre midfielder, probably a playmaker to try and compete with Belarus. Then I think Ibrahim and Craig can just be the box standard central midfielders. Then right hand side, we've got Shaden Morris, who still is at the club. Christy Wadham, by some miracle, is still actually at the club. We've rejected 2 offers from Chelsea and Nottingham Forest. I'm hoping we can keep hold of him. We haven't promised him he can go, but he does want to join Chelsea as a bigger club. But you're not going to get as much game time this season because I plan on playing you every game or most games unless you get injured. So don't get injured and hopefully don't go to Chelsea. I'm sure he'll be with us by the end of the episode. The left winger just got Silvera at the moment. We were going to sign Benel, but I was like thinking to myself, I'm sure we could do much better than that. Then obviously strikers, we've got Tollard plus the 2 new boys, Justin the Big Group and Luke Plage. So it is pretty much strengthen the defence, another midfielder and a left winger and a striker. So it's not many positions we have to get. Obviously, we do have 2 weeks left to go before the first game of the season. Obviously, this episode will end at the end of the transfer window. We are obviously waiting on this guy, Yima Mosquera, who is a centre back who does look very, very good, left footed, which is I think what we were lacking. We've got 2 right footers and don't have any left footers, so hopefully Mosquera comes in, but obviously work permit might be an issue, but we do have 1 ESC slot available, so if he does come in, I'm sure he'll get that slot, and hopefully he'll be absolutely brilliant. Apart from that, that's all the news to tell you, but hopefully by the time we get around to the start of the League One season, the squad should be, or nearly, fully assembled. Well, we have made it to the start of the brand new League One season, and I tell you what, this summer has proven to be quite tricky. We haven't done we haven't even got the full squad assembled, which is slightly problematic, but we will keep going until the end of the transfer deadline day. But allow me to show you who we've signed. We've actually sold a couple players, or loaned out a couple players, and loaned 1 player out. Danny Bolton, one of our young promising strikers, has gone out on loan to Wickham. He's already suspended. I mean, that's just a great start. He hasn't even played for them. I presume he got sent off from Morecambe, so he's now at Wickham in League 2. Was at the National with Morecambe last year, so I think it's the right step for his career. Then we have sold one of our youngsters, so I didn't think he was going to quite make the grade, so not like Christy Wadham. He's an attacking midfielder. His name's Sam Williams. He's joined Leeds United for £2.1 million. We do have a 50% sell-on included with that, so if he goes, we get 50%. We have made a couple more signings since then. We have signed Callum ICC, obviously he was on loan with us last year. We brought him a permanent. He's a obviously central midfielder, 3 stars of current ability, 4.5 stars of potential. Good League One, potentially Premier League. We brought him from Tottenham Hotspur for £425,000. So I mean that's not too bad, judging by his value up in the millions. I think we paid. I think we got him on the cheap. Then next up we've got Yema Mosquera, who's a Colombian centre back, 2.5 stars of current ability, 3.5 stars of potential. Good League One, potentially Championship. He comes in from Aberdeen for a fee of 550k. Hasn't played too many games for Aberdeen, but they paid just under a million. They've sold us for just over £500,000, so they paid a decent loss on him. I'm hoping he's a pretty decent player. He's quite tall, which is fairly good. Not the fastest of centre backs, but I don't expect that from a centre back to be fast. But I think judging by the squad, I'm not hopeful where we're predicted to finish. We're predicted to finish 6th, which isn't too bad. Schmidt is in the Dream 11. I mean, that is fairly good. I don't know what the projected lineup is. That's completely wrong because we're not doing a 4-3-3. We're doing a 4-4-2, a 4-2-4 this season. So slightly more attacking in the hope we do score a lot more goals this season and obviously get a lot more wins. Obviously, we will keep going until the end of the transfer deadline day. Hopefully by then I will have filled out the rest of the squad. If I haven't, something's gone wrong on the timeline, but hopefully by the end of the deadline day we should be top of the table. Well, the transfer deadline day has just ended. This transfer window has probably been the most stressful transfer window ever, mainly because I think some of the players I've signed just aren't good enough. It might be the case of trying to get players in January, which I wouldn't normally do because I'd usually be quite happy with a squad. This season a little bit different. Obviously, it's changing formation. We had to bring in a lot more players, but yeah, this is who we've signed since the first game of the season. We've actually signed a lot of players. First one being Adam Lettelat. He's a Algerian left back, 2.5 stars of current ability, 4.5 stars of potential. He doesn't look too bad at the moment. He will get better. He's a decent League One player, potentially Championship. He comes in from West Brom for 1.3. May have slightly overpaid for him, but that's what he was listed as, 1.3 million. That's why we be able to get him. Obviously, if he wasn't transferred this year, I doubt he'd be with us now. Then next up, we've got Rayan Oyabadi. He is a Greek centre back, 2 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential. Good League 2 player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on loan from West Ham. He's already played 4 games. He hasn't had the best starts, but he is young. He'll get better as the season goes on. The next up, we've got Adam Steele. He's a Scottish right back, 18 years old, 2 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential. Good enterprise national, potentially League One. Yeah, I'm not sure if this guy's the right signing for us, but he comes in from Aberdeen for 89k. He's cheap, but he's not great. He is having to play a lot of games at the moment because Everton is unfortunately injured. Then next up, we've got Adamola Ola Adebomi. He's a English striker, 3 stars of current ability, 3.5 stars of potential. Good League One player. Isn't going to grow to be a Championship player, but he comes in from FC Liefering for 160k. He has returned from England after a few stints in Austria and Belgium, but started off his career at Crystal Palace. Then next up, we have got Tate Elliott, who is a 20-year-old centre back, 2 stars of current ability, but does have 5 stars of potential. We have loaned him out to Wickham for this season, just for him to get a bit of a game time. Then last but not least is Cyan Blake. He is a English left winger, 2.5 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential. He's decent League One player, potentially Premier League. I think he'll definitely get better and better as the season goes on. That's probably the same with most of these signings, but this has been the start of the season so far. Obviously, we won our first game of the season against Chesterfield quite easily, 4-1. We drew against Stockport 1-1. We got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by West Brom 3-1. We beat McDonald's 3-1. That was a good result. We lost against Swansea 3-1. That was a pretty horrific game. We lost 1-0 to Blackpool. There we did lose our first game in the Virtue Trophy to Watford on penalties, but we still got a point out of that game. So this is the table at the moment after 5 games. Currently 11th in the league, 7 points on the board. It could be a lot better. It could be, quite frankly, it could have been a lot worse. So that is basically it for this episode. It's been a long one. It certainly feels like this transfer window has gone on for absolutely ages. Hopefully form does start to pick up a little bit. So I think we're probably going to play through. I want to try and get through this season fairly quickly because I suspect we're not going to go up this year. I want to, but judging by the start of the season, I think it's going to be tricky. And if it's going to be another season where we finish just outside the playoffs, I'm going to be fuming. So I think we'll probably play a few games and we'll probably come back sort of mid-October for our games against Millwall and Preston, and hopefully we're top of the league. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for lots more Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.